Last few videos, we've been looking at some unique tokens. So let's have a look at some that aren't unique. 15 cards create Saprolings. So from Dominaria, we have Spore Swarm, which creates 3 Saproling tokens. Saproling Migration is a spell that creates 2 Saproling tokens, and you can do a bit of kicker. Doesn't call it kicker, but you can do some kicker and create 2 more. Ulashed, the Hate Seed. That was a great card, wasn't it? That can create them. Tender Shoot Dryad has the City's Blessing, one of my favorite kind of odd abilities, and that will create 2 Saprolings every turn, including your opponent's turn. So I've put those 4 as my Saproling generators in a deck that's going to enable City's Blessing and encourage us to create a nice big stack of Saprolings, because I think sometimes with these tokens, the ones that can stack especially, I've just been getting to the point where we generate one and saying, hey, there's the token. But I think I need to showcase them a little bit better, don't I? So that's the plan today. We're going to showcase Saprolings. So part of that is I want to get loads of cards and card reinforcements down. So we've got the City's Blessing. So there we go. I've already got a couple of lands down, and we can start doing that. The City's Blessing, if you're not familiar with it, you need to have 10 cards, including counting their reinforcements too, on the board, and you get the City's Blessing. So once you get to 10, you get that kind of star symbol on your Planeswalker, and you can never lose it. So Greg could play a board wipe and destroy everything you have, and you will still always have the City's Blessing. So that's quite cool. And some cards give you additional benefits if you have the City's Blessing, including Tender Shoot Dryad, which we'll get out shortly. But I'm building up our lands here to start with. So do feel free to fast forward a couple of minutes if you want to get to the business end. But I think, this is quite good, isn't it? It's a good object lesson, how to have a bit of patience and do your building. There we go. Another gate. Let's get them up to the top. I do like the gates. Right, we're going to be close to having the City's Blessing this turn. You need to have a card in your deck that has that ability as well, by the way, so you won't get the City's Blessing. A bit like Boost and Spree, you can't just have it. You have to have cards that have that ability. So you can see Tender Shoot Dryads down, and there we go. That Saproling actually gave us the City's Blessing. We've got that little star on our Planeswalker now. That was quite neat. So now each turn we should get 2 more Saprolings thanks to Tender Shoot Dryad. Let's see. Everything triggers in order. Oh, why didn't you do that? Oh, because because you've been disabled by that guild mage of my opponent's. That's just rude. Let's see if we can do something about that. Yeah, we can. Right, we need to kill that guild mage or do something about that, so that it's not disabling our cards. But I'm playing some of the spells that are creating more Saprolings. There's another Tender Shoot Dryad. A few more of those. There we go. It's unlike Kicker. That spell will just take the mana if it's there. So you can see we're getting a nice big old stack of Saprolings here. Actually, we're getting a really nice big stack of Saprolings. There we go. So you can see an eminently stackable token creature, the Saproling. When we come to look at it, I think you'll agree, one of the pretty ones. There we go, Tender Shoot Dryad. Triggered there and gave us 2 Saprolings because it's not currently disabled. And there it is, the Saproling. So it's common. It's 1/1. You can see I've got 20 of them already in play. It's green and has the creature type Saproling. And that's it. It doesn't do anything else. It is just a 1/1 creature that is eminently stackable. And you can make a big pile of them. I guess you could modify its base power and toughness. But there we go. And I think that's an absolutely beautiful piece of artwork. That beautiful little red flower just kind of sitting there, not looking like anything much, but it's a nice little creature token. This is by Joseph Mian, who did one of the very first ones of these I did, the Acolyte of the Inferno token, the one that's a creature and not really a token, but it's generated like a token. So that is the Saproling token by Joseph Mian. And I hope you enjoyed seeing a little bit more of how these things get done.